Randy Couture and I'm here with bodybuilding.com. This is the action movie of all action movies. If you're into that genre of film, you're going to love this. A lot of people are really anticipating this movie coming out, and I think I just saw it for the first time in a screening and was very pleased. It lives up to its billing, and it was a remarkable group of guys that came together to make this movie. So I was excited about the opportunity, and I liked the character. I read the script and liked Toll Road. I thought he was interesting, and in some ways he captured some of who I am, really. A combatant, in a little different sense of the word, but a college-educated guy that fights for a living. To be working with guys like Jason Statham and Jet Li and Mickey Rourke and Terry Crews and Dolph Lundgren, and it's a ridiculous list of guys. All the guys got along well. There was kind of a particular electricity when all the Expendables came together on the set for scenes and stuff, especially the first couple times. We had fun, telling jokes and being silly on set too. And I found Stallone to be very intense. I mean, he was wearing a lot of hats. He wrote it, he was directing it, plus he was in front of the camera for it. So I don't know how he was still standing. It's a lot of fun. You're going to enjoy it. I'm going to go through one of the expendable workouts, and this is one of the workouts that helps me peak for fights and puts me in the kind of shape that you'll see in the movie. This is all more strength oriented because we're still 10, 11 weeks away. As we get closer, we'll start adding more cardio stuff. I think the biggest thing that I learned is, especially as I transitioned from wrestling and wrestling for the national team to fighting, is that I was continually overtrained. I wasn't allowing my body time to taper, allowing my body time to recover. I eat when I'm hungry, and I try to eat a lot. We try to eat greens a lot because they're very alkaline. They counter the acidity that we build up through training and stress and everything else in our bodies. Carbs earlier in the day, the oatmeals and the pastas and the rices and things like that earlier in the day, and later in the day the proteins to help recover after the workouts. Finding those partners that share those goals. It's easy when it's just you to say, forget it, I'm tired, I'm not going this morning. But when that other guy's going to show up, maybe he isn't going to show up, but you think he's going to show up, then you're a lot less likely to let him down. And you'll come up with a reason to let yourself down and talk yourself out of it. So finding those partners that you don't want to let down, that you're going to show up for, is important. And I think, again, keeping it simple. The more complicated and cumbersome it is, the harder it's going to be to sustain. And it has to be a lifestyle. Diets of 30, those are all temporary mindsets and temporary things. Change your eating habits. Forget the diet. Change your eating habits. At first it's hard, but after a couple of weeks, you'll pretty soon find yourself eating the greens right out of the bag and forgoing the plate and the dressings and all the other stuff. Occasionally you'll fall off the wagon, and that's okay. You'll have the ice cream and you'll have the cookies, and you'll probably feel hungover the next day from it, but you get right back up and you keep going, and it's okay. You're going to get away with it because you're doing the work. It's one of those experiences where you keep pinching yourself. I mean, I grew up on Rocky and Rambo, and to now be working with that guy and the rest of that cast, for that matter, was pretty remarkable. It was a great experience. The movie comes out the 13th of August. I've got a fight on the 28th of August, so I'm just now ramping up peaking phase.
You're going to be ripping in shape.
In great shape for that fight. Yeah, the first UFC in Boston, UFC 118, and welcoming Mr. James Toney, the former world champion in boxing, to mixed martial arts. So it should be a lot of fun as well. Thanks for taking the time with me today. For more content like this, check out bodybuilding.com. I'll see you soon.